Recently, want to go travel, also scared because of Then I want to go outside and drive, also scared because banjir everywhere. And also because I don't have driving license.
Huh? You don't have driving license, leh?
Of course lah, I'm a bangsawan, got driver ma. Why need to drive?
Oh, no wonder.
No wonder what? Anyways, because I cannot go and drive in the banjir, I decided to start investing in the world of sim racing. Not sim racing, okay, because that would be haram. But since I'm such a noob in sim racing, as you guys know, I decided to bring in a consultant that is very firm, professional in sim racing one. And her name is Miss Leona Chin.
Ding, ding, ding! Hello everyone, I'm Leona Chin.
She's Miss Leona Chin, not Mrs. because she never misses a turn. Professional driver. You can read map, right?
Can!
See, can read map. Your girlfriend can read map, no? Hey guys, my name is Shane from Mob House and today I'm joined by Leona Chin here and we're going to talk about sim racing, and this video is brought to you by BenQ, who sent over this BenQ MOBIUZ EX3415R specifically for us to test out for sim racing. Okay Leona, actually the first question for you is, have you used a curved monitor like this?
Yeah, I have one at home, but slightly longer.
So why do you prefer a curved monitor actually?
You know, when racing, we want it to be as real as possible, so I want the more immersive gameplay.
So the one thing that's important is probably things like color accuracy, because you want whatever red color here to be close to real life.
Yes.
So this EX3415R, right, have something called 98% Dci P3 Color Accuracy.
What? Dci P3? What's
okay,
that?
Dci P3 is basically digital film standard. So when you go to the cinema and watch Batman, right? The Batman, the color, okay, is graded based on Dci P3 standard. So 98% means close to the cinema level.
Wow!
Somehow one more thing is one thing you'll realize is how bright the sky is when you are playing. Basically, this monitor has a maximum peak brightness of 400 nits, which means that it will support display VESA HDR 400, and that means that you can have more steps in between shadow to brightness because it got high dynamic range HDR. Also, this monitor comes with something called HDRI.
Okay, what's that?
I stands for intelligent, not iPhone. Anyways, this intelligent feature means that you see this black thing here?
Okay, that's the remote reader, isn't it?
No, it's a sensor.
Oh.
Basically, there's a light sensor that will sense the ambient light condition. So if your gaming room got window, right?
Right.
And you don't like to game in the dark, like, you know, house elf from Harry Potter, then you like to open your window, right?
Yeah.
So the sun rise and go down, morning until night can go bright until dark. The sensor will read your ambient light condition and adjust the HDR brightness.
Yeah, so it won't, you know, cause your eyes to hurt.
Yeah. Okay, without further ado, a bit boring, all this technical stuff. Let's sit you down in this chair and
my
vroom, vroom.
seat. Yeah, okay.
Sit,
vroom, vroom.
sit. Her Recaro seat, I don't like bucket seat. You know why? Because I'm very wide, right? This is very narrow. Only slim people can see one. You see? You see? You see? A few things that I mentioned now about this monitor, about the color accuracy and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you that this monitor comes with an IPS panel.
What is that?
So basically, IPS panels have very good viewing angles, which means that if you're one of those weirdos that like to drive like that, one.
Oh, okay.
So no matter where you shift your head, as you can see, the screen looks quite consistent, the color-wise. Can you realize? You go there?
Yeah.
And then look here. Same, right?
Same.
So IPS is good for that lah. Now let's start the game.
3,
Patience,
2,
young Padawan.
1, go! Woohoo! Wow, the sound is amazing, eh?
Yeah, actually for a monitor, these speakers are one of the best that I tested so far. These speakers are tuned by Travelo. We set it to RCG, which is the racing profile. So it's optimized and EQ for this style of game. The broom is actually not bad.
I like the frame rate here. I don't see any like motion blur on this.
Correct. Okay, so this monitor also comes with 144 Hz refresh rate, which means that you can display 144 frames per second, so you can see everything crystal clear and very smooth. And also because of the 1 ms 1 millisecond MPRT response time. There's not much motion blur or ghosting. But
yeah.
here you don't see, right? You see quite crystal clear.
It's really clear.
You see the tiang moving, right?
Yeah,
you can see yatzi that one.
So what's the resolution for this screen?
This screen actually has a very high resolution of 3440 pixels by 1440 pixels.
Wow, the color really nice eh. I wonder what other games have HDR.
Good question. I have everything right here.
Oh.
Say, of course we have Forza Horizon 5 that support HDR. The older one also does, if I'm not mistaken. F1.
F1.
MotoGP.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Grid. Of course, this game got HDR.
If I want to use my laptop and then reply some emails and also use my Nintendo Switch, how many ports are there? Like display
You
ports?
mean you like to sit in this chair and reply your emails?
Yeah, it's actually quite comfortable, man.
Oh, okay, sure. Since you're such a professional driver, right? Okay, so this monitor comes with 3 display outputs. You have 2 HDMI 2.0 ports and 1 display port 1.4. So the HDMI 2.0 only support up to 120 Hz with this resolution. But the display port, which is what we are using now, will support up to 144 Hz, the maximum refresh rate lah.
Okay.
So, because this is not a 16:9 aspect ratio monitor, this is a 21:9 aspect ratio monitor, your mileage may vary when you're using something like a PS5. I haven't actually tested this myself. It either is going to squeeze the image or it's just going to display in 1080p. I don't know.
Hey Shane, I think it's a bit loud lah.
Huh?
Can you make it a bit softer, the volume?
Huh?
It's too loud.
Oh, never mind. This monitor comes with controller. So you can control her. Wait.
Controller.
So, here's the volume. We can lower the volume.
It's getting too loud.
Still okay now? This monitor comes with different like sound mode, stuff like that, right? Got game mode lah, got racing game, SPF game, all that game stuff, everything you can change. Some more, you can control. This is the audio mode, got FPS mode lah. See, sound like a bit chacat. Now the racing mode, got a bit more bass.
Bass, yeah, I can hear the difference.
Some more got SBG mode lah, got the cinema mode lah, got pop life lah. If you want a karaoke also can. You can see her in karaoke if you like, because she like to reply email here. Probably she like to karaoke here also.
I love karaoke.
Wow, die. So Asian, confirm. I also like. Some more got what leh? HDRI mode lor. You can change between display HDR. This is the most natural looking. I like this the brightest one lah. For cinema, when you watch movie, you can turn on this. Gaming can turn on this. But personally, I prefer to play with display HDR. At least I can enjoy the full spectrum of the sunlight in my face, burning out my eyelids.
Yeah. Actually, I suddenly feel very hot because of the brightness.
Why are you talking? You're already hot. So that's all for today's video. Thank you Leona Chin for coming here and showing off my double chin, because she only got a single chin. She's Leona Chin.
Thank you for sponsoring the video today. I really like the monitor and maybe I'll get 1, 2, 3 maybe?
They say they give you 1, 2, 3. Wow, you really know how to kira. This is called Malaysian, know how to kira. Anyways, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you thought this monitor is awesome, feel free to check them out in the links in the description. This is again the BenQ MOBIUZ EX3415R. You see, I can memorize. And you can also check out Miss Leona Chin, because she's still a Miss, not a Mrs. yet. Correct or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Check me out.
0122255666969. How many number that? I also don't know. And I will see you guys in the next one. Until my watch will come out too excited, my watch was too excited to see you. Bye.
Bye. Ding, ding, ding.